Hello everyone and welcome back to day 4, week 2, day 1, I don't know what I'm thinking. Week 2, day 1 of our Road to TCG World series. We're now in a new week and this one will be dedicated to the standard format this time around. So right now I've been testing quite a bit with this deck. I really like it. It's very fast. It's very versatile. I like that it relies solely on basic energy cards because between Giratina and Xerosic, there seems to be a lot of, and Enhanced Hammer, there seems to be a lot of special energy denial. So a deck that focuses solely on basic energy and attaching basic energy in order to attack and getting it back from the discard has been working out pretty good so far. So let's go over the list pretty quickly. The main attacker, of course, is Mega Manectric EX, 210 HP, which makes it difficult for Vespiquen to KO it early on in the game. Turbo Bolt allows us to power up other Manectrics, and the second main focus of the deck, which is Regice. Now, as you can see, it's a very buff basic, and its attack resistance Blizzard is what makes it so good. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by Pokemon EX. So some of you might not be familiar with Hippowdon, but Hippowdon had had the exact same attack, I believe, except for the energy cost. It used fighting energy over water, and that deck got all the way to the top 8 of US Nationals, and a fellow YouTuber, Squeaky, used it to get top 64 at this year's Worlds. So it's been making a decent impact, and the very nice thing about this effect is that even if you use Lysander to target something on the bench, next turn Regice comes back up and it denies our opponent's Pokemon EX once again. So your opponent, the only way to get around this is by using an escape rope and then using Lysander, and escape rope is not a card that many decks run. And having both at the same time is a bit difficult. So Regice has really pulled through in the practice games I've played so far. I wish I had recorded one of them especially, which was, I guess, not a very good Mega Manectric build because it had Hoopa and Venusaur EX and Mega Venusaur and Lugia and Dragonite EX. Like, it had a lot of different Pokemon, but I was down 6 prizes to 1, and Regice on its own, it single-handedly won me that match because my opponent just couldn't touch it, and by the time he got Jolteon out, he committed too many resources, and I had 2 ways to beat him. I could either Lysander things that would not get healed by Rough Seas, or things that would stay in the active and he would get decked out. So it was a very good match. I hope I get to show off Regice in the future like that. And so, aside from Regice, we have Seismitoad EX as an optional attacker. We don't have the option to do a turn 1 Quaking Punch, which if you've seen last week's videos, you'll know how strong that is. But it can allow us to take KOs and damage whatever. If a Pokemon is left with 10 HP, 20 HP, 30 HP, it allows us to do that little bit of extra damage and seal trainers by our opponent. This could help us deny Versus Seekers and switching cards, things like that. And Grenade Hammer is always a nice attack to have, especially since the recoil damage is easily healed off by Rough Seas as long as you choose the appropriate Lightning or Water Pokemon. Finally, we have Lugia EX as another option, which, without double colorless energy, it has been a little underwhelming, but I want to keep it there for now. It's definitely an option to take it out, and I'm sure I'll be making some changes during the week to this deck, which I will discuss, of course, before every video. But so far it's there, it's had its moments, but it hasn't really shown. And finally, 2 Shaman eggs, because every deck, I'm pretty sure every deck needs this, and even running 2 might be a bit low. And well, of course, Manectric EX in order to Mega Evolve to Mega Manectric EX, and occasionally Assault, Laser, and Overrun are pretty good options to have. So moving on, Battle Compressor, it's not maxed. There are times when I think playing 4 would be a good play, but it's down to 2 right now because this deck doesn't go super, doesn't explode right away like other decks like Best Queen or Night March. So I feel 2 is alright so far, but since we are a bit low on draw, I might want to bump it to 3 to have the possibility of using it in conjunction with a Versus Seeker in order to get draw faster. 1 Escape Rope just to have the option and to get our heavy retreaters out of the active spots. 1 Professor Letter in order to get energy, to make sure we never miss an energy drop, and to possibly combine it with Ultra Ball to discard 2 energy and then get them back with Mega Manectric right away. 1 Switch in order to go with Escape Rope. 4 Trainer's Mail, which is something I really like, and especially in Standard with the lack of N and the underwhelming supporters. Trainer's Mail has really pulled through to dig that little extra deeper to get the Spirit Link, or to get the Switch, or even to get another Rough Seas. For Ultra Ball, of course, mandatory. Level Ball is not an option for this deck, so we need the 4 Ultra Ball in order to search out everything. I've been thinking about using Hoopa possibly in this deck, but like I'm considering it. I might try it later on, but for now I'm content with just 4 Ultra Ball. 4 Versus Seeker, again, I'm pretty sure it's mandatory in standard format right now. 1 AC to help us another switching card, to heal. I've pulled some nice plays when I pick up a Mega Manectric which has 2 energy, and then I attack with the active one and charge it up, and I just healed a lot of damage, or even Lugia EX, things like that. 1 Hex Maniac, because if you play it turn 1, like, it's very, very situational, and I usually just discard it as soon as I get 1 Battle Compressor. But it has its uses, and limiting Vileplume or limiting your opponent's Shiny X on turn 1 can be really good. 2 Lysander to pick up threats or weak Pokemon off the bench, especially since we have easy KOs on bench Shiny X with regular Manectric. 3 Birch, I started off with 2, but I'm now up to 3, and I'm starting to like the card a bit more. Even though getting 4 is usually not ideal, with 4 Ultra Ball and 2 Shaman, it's not terrible. 4 Sycamore, of course. I don't think I'll play a standard deck with anything less than 4 at this point. 1 Xerosic to help slow down some decks, to remove potential flare tools from our side and important tools from their side, or special energy. 4 Rough Seas, I absolutely love Rough Seas and healing in this format, and I would actually consider a Pokemon Nurse over the Hex Maniac at some point. 3 total Spirit Links for Manectric. I would possibly like the 4th, but I think 3 is the minimum and it's enough. 7 Lightning and 4 Water. So with that in mind, let's save our deck and let's get finding some opponents for this week, shall we? As you will see from the versus rewards, I am pre-recording this. This is to ensure I never miss out on any video. So sorry if this wasn't recorded like right on Monday and then uploaded that very same Monday, but this is to help me bring all the content I promise to you guys. Okay, so we are up against Fox and Sucks. We actually get to go first, so that's very nice, especially with Mega Manectric. We mulligan, and we start off with Seismitoad EX and a terrible, terrible hand. Wow. Okay. So this reminds me of the first game of last week as well, which we lost because we had a terrible hand too, and our opponent had so many nice things, and we can't even hope for an N from our opponent's side. And of course, I top deck another energy. At least Rough Seas will help me heal off some of this damage, and I guess I'm guaranteed a turn 2 Quaking Punch. So my opponent might not even know I'm running a Mega Manectric deck. We're up against Yveltal Raichu though. That's interesting. That's an interesting combination. Yveltal, like Baby Yveltal, is really good against Night March because for a single Dark Energy it KOs every single attacker in Night March. Since there is no Mew, well, at least in Standard, obviously. So I really like it. It's a deck I definitely want to try out myself, and you get like indirect energy acceleration through Yveltal as well, which Raichu definitely appreciates, since you can't rely 100% on only double colorless energy. So our opponent is taking a long time looking through his deck with the Ultra Ball. He's probably doing what I should be doing, checking what's priced, things like that, counts of different cards. And he already had the Shaman in hand. He went for the Yveltal EX. And he played down the Stadium, which is good, because if it comes to that, to us playing all 4 Stadium cards each, I should come out on top, which will limit his Raichu's damage, and him having Yveltal is very good because we are running Manectric. So if we can get out of this of this hole we're in right now, I'm pretty sure we have the advantage. Manectric is very strong, but he plays a Hex Maniac, so an Ultra Ball is not an out for us anymore. And of course we top deck the Shaman. I'm going to heal off some damage. I'm going to attach a Water Energy, and I want to Lysander, but I'm not entirely sure if I should Lysander Shaman or Yveltal or even Raichu, because everything will get knocked out. It doesn't have a Dark Energy in hand. There's no Darkrai format anymore for him to just free retreat and do some weird Muscle Band DC Energy Switch KO on us, especially because we're gonna Quaking Punch. But I would like to draw an extra card with Shaman. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I can't Lysander Yveltal to the 30 and then use Grenade Hammer because we'll be 10 short since we're not running Muscle Band ourselves. So I guess we have to just Quaking Punch the active then. We slow him down, so that's good, since we are getting slowed down ourselves, or we are off to a very slow start ourselves, rather. He can't Versus Seeker for the Hex Maniac, and I honestly doubt he runs 2, so we're pretty much guaranteed to use Shaman next turn. I would have liked to use Lysander so that we could possibly get 3 or 4 cards rather than 2. Like ideally, if I draw a Manectric or an Ultra Ball, that would be pretty good, but so far we're not going to dig much deeper with Shaman either. He gets a Stadium, so no more healing for me. He evolves into Raichu. What did it discard? Wow. 2 Darkness and a Shaman. And an Escape Rope. So that was a pretty good Sycamore for our opponent. He runs Unknown too. Unknown is a pretty nice card for deck thinning. Like, I'm pretty sure I would rather run Unknown over Acrobike in a lot of decks. Excuse me. Okay, so we definitely need to do something next turn. Like, at least Lysander this Yveltal to slow him down a bit. And we draw another energy. What is this? Okay, I'm definitely gonna do that, because as long as I set up one Manectric, I'm pretty sure I'm good. And I guess I don't mind attaching another energy, since I will be using Quaking Punch, and I really need to draw Manectric. Okay, no Manectric, there's an Ultra Ball, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to discard the other Lysander. I'm finally going to get a Manectric. It's unfortunate that I cannot attach to it. I could take the KO here, but then he KOs me right back, and I'm not in any hurry. And like, he would have to attach at DCE in order to retreat and KO with Raichu. He Lysander Shaman, so he wants to get out of the Quaking Punch luck. That's fine. We don't run DC ourselves, so I would have to attach and retreat, but that seems like a very desperate move on his part. It really does. Hex Maniac is an interesting option, but I think I definitely need energy, acceleration, so I'm not going to get anything, or I'll get this I guess, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to attach to Shaman, I'm going to Professor Bird's observations, and of course we don't flip heads, but we can actually get Manectric, Mega Manectric. Question is though, do we want to? No, never mind, I could get Shaman. Oh, and see, yeah, I'm going to get Shaman. That's definitely the play. Touch this, play Shaman. Okay, so now we're in a much better spot. I'm going to Battle Compressor a Sycamore because I really need to draw more cards. We're lagging a bit behind. What else? It's not useful to us anymore. Definitely need all the energy we can muster. Switching cards, AC. I might want to get rid of AC. Possibly. Just to thin out the deck. The other Battle Compressor for sure. We won't be needing any more deck thinning. I'm gonna get rid of the AC because it doesn't really help us that much, and it'll be an option for Versus Seeker next turn. Going to retreat and Quaking Punch again to slow him down. He clearly did that because he must have Versus Seekers or something, and he's a bit stuck, fortunately for us, just like we were earlier. He's only played one Sycamore, and playing another one for him would bring him quite down in terms of cards. He gets the energy to be able to attack. Okay, I'm going to play another Manectric. I'm going to attach to the one that has the Spirit Link. I'm not going to play down Lugia. I don't see any point. It's just an easy target for Raichu, and we already have two Shamans there for him to take advantage of. There we go. I get to heal off damage from Seismitoad. I get to Mega Evolve. Yep, very nice. I reckon 2 Manectric is gonna be enough in this match. So I just played this one though, haven't I? I've already healed. I'm gonna Quaking Punch again. I'm pretty okay with where we are at right now, to be honest. Not very threatened by the Yveltals. Raichu is the only thing threatening right now. But once that is down, and I can safely... Okay. Yeah, he really wants to not be locked. So I could AC here. Or I could dig deeper into our deck, hoping to hit either Escape Rope or Switch. But I think I want to do the safe thing and just AC. So now I'm very glad I got it in the discard with Pile Compressor. No energy attachment for us. I'm not going to play Shaman down because I don't want easy targets for him, like I said. And I guess I could use energy this turn. Can't I? Yeah, I might want to. No, I'm good. There's no hurry. Manectric should take the game on its own. It one hit KOs literally everything he has. Every single thing on his field is KO'd by Manectric. Next turn I can just retreat to prevent him KOing. He's already used 2 Lysanders. He probably has a lot of Burst Seekers in his hand, I imagine. No healing for us right now. Do I play the other Manectric to have it as an option? I do. I'm going to get a Mega. And I'm going to Sycamore. Okay. So see, the Stadium War is down to 1 Stadium. So even Righteous damage output is quite limited. I'm going to retreat to ensure Yveltal won't do a lot of damage to me. It seems like a waste to do 240 to an Yveltal that has 10 HP left, but I don't mind. Manectric is just a beast right now. We only take 1 prize, so that was definitely an overkill. And I'm attaching 1 lightning and 1 water to this Manectric because we have another lightning in our discard and we can power up the other Manectric that way. We have Escape Rope and AC in case he tries to Lysander up Seismitoad and leave it active there for some reason. Raichu won't be dealing that much damage and will be healing 30 off. Unless he gets his last Stadium, which I'd be very surprised if he did. And there's been many turns in this game, but he hasn't drawn any of his prizes yet. So I think the exchange will be very favorable for us. Every turn we attack, we will get a prize, be it 1 or 2. And not every turn he attacks will he get a prize. So as long as we can keep attacking, even with regular Manectric, we should be pretty good. Pretty good. And Shaman is always there as an easy target for regular Manectric. In case he tries to, in case our Mega Manectrics got knocked out and his Yveltal EX doesn't have a tool, therefore we wouldn't KO. Shaman EX is there, and there's going to be another Shaman apparently, I guess. So yeah, took us a bit to get running. Our start was of course terrible. There's the Lysander. So he's going to want to take a KO, and I'm fine with him KOing Seismitoad and Shaman. There's, without N, and with us powering up our 3rd Manectric EX, I don't see any way he wins this match, honestly. We have a potential 3rd Mega Manectric, so it's cool. I think we have this game won. There's no way we miss an attack at all. He's already played a supporter, he's played Shaman, so unless he plays a red card to disrupt us, and our deck is pretty thin anyways, and we know there's the switch, the escape rope, and versus Seekers for AC, so... And it doesn't really accomplish anything by not attacking, you know? Doesn't get him any further into beating us. I guess he could try to deck us out, but he's also running through his deck a lot, so yeah. Oh, he doesn't even KO, wow. Yeah, that's bad for him. I didn't even realize he wasn't going to do enough damage. Yep, escape rope. I don't care what he brings up. He's going to bring up this Yveltal. Yep. We bring up our own Mega Manectric. Who do we attach to? Do we even attach energy? I guess we do. To Toad, perhaps? Yeah. Not. How many energy? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna attach to Toad to prevent that stalling scenario. Done. Touch the toad, take a prize, and now he's going to bring up Raichu, do some damage, and then I attack, and yeah. I'm sorry, there's like, I can't give you any more deeper commentary than what I am giving you. Plays the stadium, so that's, I guess that takes him a step further into winning this match. And now I'm probably going to be forced to use my own Lysanders to get closer to winning, because he now has 4 potential non-EX Pokemon benched, and that Yveltal has a lot of energy. So if he attacks with Raichu this turn, I'm just going to retreat and Lysander this guy. Pretty sure that will guarantee we win the match. I'm going to... See, I should know if my last stadium is in my deck. If it's my last card, then that's unfortunate. I'm sorry, I'm not checking that. I really should be doing that. I'm going to retreat. I'm going to attach a lightning energy to this Manectric, and I'm just going to Lysander the super. Yveltal EX is powering up. Take my 2 prizes and attach this lightning energy to Shaman, because we can use it to retreat. We get a Birch and a water energy off of our prizes. Or did we get a Trainer's Mail? I'm not sure. But yeah, how many Versus Seekers have we used? 1, 2, 3. That was the 4th. So we have to attack twice more. It's going to Versus Seeker. Probably take out this Mega Manectric, which is perfectly fine, because then we take a prize. Like, we could even take a prize with Seismitoad next turn. And there's no way he KOs Manectric. We take a prize with Seismitoad next turn, then he takes a prize presumably against Seismitoad, and then Mega Manectric just cleans up absolutely any Pokemon on his side of the field. So I'm just gonna do that. It makes it 100% a win. There's no weird scenarios where we don't win. So I'm just gonna Grenade Hammer. Deal 30 to my own Pokemon. Doesn't really matter. The most he can do, he can't do 180 damage. Oh, actually he can do 180 damage. So I probably should have chosen Shaman as a target. He needs a lot of cards to pull that off. He needs Muscle Band, he needs 3 more basics, and he needs a Lysander once again. And even if he does that, what, Seismitoad EX KOs the Raichu, and that's game. So, not a problem for us. I got worried a little bit there, but it's fine. The energy acceleration by Mega Manectric was huge, and us stalling out a bit with Quaking Punch was pretty good. And honestly, all my previous games, I hadn't used Seismitoad EX in the deck. I was using Articuno in that spot, but it was so underwhelming that I decided to try out Seismitoad EX. And look at this, first game into the weekly series, and it's already shining. So yeah, I'm just gonna attack. Forces us to choose energy, even though we are going to win, and there's the victory. So a great start to this week. Unlike last week where we started off with a loss, we're starting off strong this week, and let's get right into our next game, shall we? I really like the deck. Like, the synergy between the cards and Mega Manectric is really strong. But unfortunately, like, we have been getting those kinds of starts, and to be honest, standard decks are becoming a bit disappointing in terms of, like, it really takes them a long time to get going. I might want a 3rd Shiny EX. I think fighting is very strong, especially because of Corina. Let's take a look. Echo Arm, Focus Sash, and Fighting Energy. So yeah, and level 1s, I mean stage 1s, Flareon and Jolteon. So we don't know what Pokemon he's running, but I'm not liking this because What fighting Pokemon is he running? He's running a stage 1, so I'm going to guess it's Mienshao, which has been gaining a bit of popularity. So I'm going to start Lugia here. Why? Because Regice will presumably be useless in this match. Lugia resists Mienshao, so we force him to set up Jolteon. And if we KO Jolteon, we might be able to limit. Okay, I don't know why my opponent did that, but fine. Let's find a new game. I'm sorry about that. Some people do that. I don't know why. They gain nothing. They're just wasting both of our times. And we're up against a Lightning Psychic colorless deck. I wonder if it's a Mega Manectric mirror already. Double colorless, there's the Spirit Link, and he's running Headringer, so that might be a problem for us. We start with our single Seismitoad EX once again. We get to play Manectric EX. We go first, so this turn should be pretty important. I'm going to play the Rough Seas, because presumably he's running that as well. I think that's a safe assumption. I'm going to Battle Compressor, the AC, so I can get rid of Seismitoad EX from the active spot. I'm going to get rid of a Water Energy and maybe the Hex Maniac. No, probably Sycamore. No, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see, how many Shaymans are in there? 1, 2, which might be a liability. There's 2 Spirit Links, 3. I think it's going to be very, very crucial to attach a Spirit Link this turn, so I might want to... Yes, I'm active. I'm going to get rid of Sycamore because I might want to use Sycamore to keep drawing into my deck. So there's Shaman, Sycamore, in order to try and get that Spirit Link. Okay, we get it. That's fortunate for us. And what else do we want to do? I think I'm going to AC right away. The Seismitoad and bring Manectric up, because I really want to be able to Sycamore next turn. So we're going to pass for now. Not using the Battle Compressor. Okay, he's using Energy Denial. So as long as we pull off one Turbo Bolt with our Mega Manectric, that's fine. He goes down to 4 cards with Birch. That's something very annoying of the card. Like, I used to complain a lot that 6 card ends hurt me more at the beginning of the game when my deck was really big than 3 card ends later in the game. But see, a Hoopa would be really nice. Just like he's using. Last turn a Hoopa would have been incredible. But okay, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I really did. Yeah, as long as we can pull off Turbo Bolts, we're pretty good. This is going to be a very weird mirror match because every hit will be a 3-hit KO. Since we're healing off damage, and that Xerosic could be interesting. I wonder if Grenade Hammer could come into play to deal that extra damage. Because if I do 110 to a Mega Manectric and he heals 30 to a clean one, he'll be at 80. And if I Grenade Hammer for 130 next turn, that's 210. So yeah, I think Seismitoad will be important here. I'm going to Battle Compressor just to make my deck a bit thinner out of the cards we don't want to draw, like Hex Maniac. I think we're good on energy, so I'm going to get rid of Professor Letter. And Lugia definitely has no place in this matchup. Like, look at his bench. It's a pure... The psychic part was Hoopa, so it's a pure Mega Manectric deck. I am not interested in playing Lugia anytime soon. But Regice could come in very handy as well. Okay, so we got Mega Manectric. Have to be careful what we discard though. Well, actually it's pretty obvious, I guess. Yeah, we have to discard that. We do that, we attach this. Now the question is, do we try to pull off the grenade hammer play? That would be really sick. Really, really sick. I am going to threaten with that. Getting a KO like that on a Mega Manectric would be absolutely insane. Yeah, he heals right off the bat. He's down to 90 damage and he has exactly 130 damage. He discards the energy on the active, which of course, in theory, it's a mistake because I'm going to get the KO on the Mega Manectric and he won't be getting a KO on mine. He has no way to deal 130 damage. All of his Mega Manectrics. Oh, actually, this guy has a muscle band. But still, it will only deal... Oh no, it will deal 140 damage. Never mind. He didn't attach any energy though. So, I'm pretty sure we are okay. We're going to get Sycamore here, of course. We're going to evolve. I'm not going to play this because I don't want for it to become active. But I am going to take the Grenade Hammer KO on his Mega Manectric, and since he didn't Turbo Bolt any energy back, the most damage he'll be dealing will be 40 with this Manectric EX, unless he's running Mega Turbo, which since it's based on Mega Manectric purely, his deck, it's not out of the question completely. What can he get? Only a Sycamore will help him here. He discards a DCE. Oh, and he's using Zapdos. But yeah, Zapdos will be pretty useless here too. We are going to be healing off. We're fine retreating. It's unfortunate. I wish I didn't have to retreat. There's a lot of energy in our discard. Yeah, there's 3 energy in our discard. So what's our play here? I think I might even want to... Okay, there's the victory. Yeah, that Turbo Bolt where he didn't attach energy was too big for him at this point. And yeah, we could look at his deck. He hasn't disabled that option. We do have it disabled, but we won't. Thank you very much for watching, guys. That's 2 wins to start of the week with the right foot. I don't know if that's a phrase that's said in English, but in Mexico or in Spanish, when you say you start off with the right foot, it means you start off well. And that will be all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.